Welcome back to the next part, which is optional if you get the printer as a set and everything's assembled. But if you get it in parts or you want to change something, this will be interesting for you. So we got the Arduino Mega, which basically with the microcontroller steers the whole printer. And here we have the RAMS 1.4 board with 5-stepper drivers who basically control the motors, the NEMA 17 ones. There's 2-stepper driver boards out there. The one that is delivered by BQ is the A4988, and the second one that exists, which I'm going to use here, is the DRV8825. Now when you install them, you have to be careful because they're in the same orientation, but the trim potentiometer, the little trim part, is on different sides. So make sure you have the correct orientation when you install them. Check where the ground is on the RAMS board, and on this one it's written on the back where ground is, which is this pin here. And on the A498 it's also on the same position, but the trim part is reversed. So the white one was the one delivered with another set from BQ, and this one was with the set from AliExpress that I bought. Now the BQ one should be adjusted. I found when I bought the replacement set, when one board had a problem, that the new ones were not adjusted. These ones usually come not adjusted from AliExpress. They sync around 1.6 volts and it should be 0.5. On the RAMS board, I'll take the second one here. Below where the driver board comes are 3 jumper pins each. This controls the stepping, how much, like one step is when it's sent out, how much the motor moves. And if you want just the highest possible resolution, you just put like 3 jumpers under each. I'm gonna put one here. Not sure which rotation, it's either half step or 1/16 step. I'm not sure about the pins, but from a I think it's 1/16 step that I have here. And I'm gonna put the driver on. Again, watch the orientation to make sure. In the silk screen you see where ground is, which is here. You see where ground is, and here on the silk screen of the chip, and then you put it in accordingly. Be really careful, otherwise you're gonna fry it. Now if you just, the RAMS board, didn't show it before. The RAMS board just connects like the pins perfectly line up with the Arduino Mega, so you just put it on top and press it down gently till all the pins go in. Oh, there's one pin for the LCD display pin. Oh well. So it sits flush. Sometimes you kind of have to cut off here. I wonder if you can see it. Oh, it's already on. Sometimes the pins here are then too long on the RAMS board and they touch the power supply of the thing. If that is, take your flush cutters or whatever you have and cut them down so they don't touch. Now if you just hook it up to the computer or some other power supply via USB, you will not get the correct readings. You have to actually hook up to 12 volts in order to adjust the stepper driver. Which I will do now here. Oh, the cable from the power supply went out. And we got a green light on the power supply. Yes, we do. When you adjust the trim parts, be careful. I would suggest using a ceramic screwdriver like this. They're not very expensive. I got this one with the set from BQ, but they are very cheap in Asia and at Amazon or whatever you use. I would strongly suggest getting one of those for adjusting, so you don't have to worry about short circuiting something. Now, we have seen that ground is on this corner, and the trim pot has the voltage we want. So what we're going to do is take a voltmeter, like a multimeter. We set it to the lowest, which is 20 volts on mine. I'm going to turn on the light. I hope you'll be able to see it. Yeah, it should be good visible. And I'm going to put to the metal screw of the pot the positive and hit the negative, and we see it is 12 volts. And now I have to just look up really quick to see what's going through. I have to look up really quick which one of the pins has the reference voltage, because I forgot to make myself a cheat note. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. You see, it is between here and ground, but I could turn around since I had it falling like this. Now remember, ground is here. Now this is the other way around. Ground is here. So I had the right points. I sort of remember them wrong, but I had the right points. I just measured the wrong places. So we got here the positive and here ground. As you can see, we got 0.56. It should be around 0.5 volts. So what we can do is go to the trim pot, change it slightly, and check it. 0.6, so this was the... Which direction did I put it? Come on. 0.28. Back a little bit. 0.39. Turning it counterclockwise now. 0.45. Just tiny increments. 0.58, so a little bit back. Try a little bit. It's very small movements. 0.55. So a little bit more exact than before. I'm going to leave it at that. But that's what you want. If this is 1.6, it's going to fry stuff, or can fry stuff. I haven't tried it myself. I just read it could, and I trust people who have more experience with this. So, going back to this board, I'm gonna put this one aside. Take off the electricity, so I can safely take off this board again. So I'm gonna put this one back here. As you can see, there's only one jumper here too. Watch the orientation. So the Arduino, then you have the ramps board, you set the jumpers, and on top go the driver boards, the separate driver boards. In this case it's DRV8825s. There's also A4988s. Take whatever you can get, I prefer these ones. Watch the orientation, set the voltage. Remember, you have to have 12 volts here. If you just put in USB power, it will not measure correctly. You have incorrect measurements. Now I'm going to take it off this board, where I think, yeah, this one I didn't do. I'm going to take it off here gently, and it refuses. I'll see if I can get an angle where you can see it. Now on this board here, you have the pin sticking out from that power plug here. So these sometimes touch this. So what I take is flush cutters and cut them down so they don't touch this. Actually, let me get some flush cutters and do it right now. So what we do is cut down the 4 legs. Wear safety glasses, or be careful, but don't do as I do as I say, use safety glasses. So now here they're flush and it sits nicer. again, when you got the complete kit, you should not have to do it, but check it anyway, especially the voltage. Just check it anyway, just to make sure. It would be a shame if you are into building it. It takes a little bit of time and you're like, I will be okay. And then something happens and you're stuck and you can't go on. Now with the multimeter, for hobbies, it doesn't have to be a very expensive one. I got this one for a good price on Amazon. If you can afford a nicer one, go right ahead. This one does it for me now. It has all I need. So eventually I'll get better tools. I have to start somewhere. But it's an essential tool if you measure stuff, something goes wrong. If you don't have one, get one. And even let me get my old one. That's what I started with quite some time ago. It's a very cheap, super easy Voltcraft that the leads are like molded in and stuff. And back then I just needed to do some very basic measurements and this will do it. So for hobby electronics, get a one. It doesn't have to be an expensive one. It doesn't have to be a fluke one. It doesn't have to be an expensive fluke. Get a good priced one that works for you. Over time, when your needs go, you can still get a better one. And with the cheap ones, you're not wasting too much money. I mean, if you're like going to spend like 60 bucks on it, hell, save a little bit more, make it 100, 150 or whatever it is, and get a really nice fluke. But if you like invest like 20 bucks, it's not so bad, get it. It still come in handy, even if you just keep it in a second toolbox for on the run use. So I started with this one, upgraded to this one, and eventually, if stuff works out, I'm gonna get the next better one. But for right now, this is perfect for me. Okay, so we turn it off, since the cheap ones doesn't have like an auto turn off feature and stuff like that. It's not automatic range, but I like it. It's good to learn like this. You remember to set it correctly. The auto range one is like more convenient, but this way I have to sync on what I set it. And if I blow it up, which hopefully I never do, I'm gonna try to repair it. So, but so far I really put thought into not blow it up. So this concludes the RAMs board and the hardware side. And the next time I have to set up some screen capturing software. The next time we're gonna look at how to program the Arduino Mega, and we're gonna hook up the LCD display and either first small one that comes with the kit, and then the bigger one, the graphical one, and see how that goes and what you need on software, where to download it, what to change. I will put the description in the description. I'll put the link to the RAMs board wiki from RapRapWiki and to the stepper drivers, so you can look at information and stuff yourself. Thank you for watching. I hope it was informative and you learned something. And feel free to put questions in the comments and I'll try to answer them. Okay, bye!